Hey guys, so with day 10 of Preptober, we have 4 things to talk about. One, beatings from a butcher. I wrote 438 words and broke 10K, which is great. I don't know if this will be a novella or a novel. I think that Letters from a Madman is a novella, if I remember correctly. But since they aren't a series, like this is book 1, this is book 2, they're just, you don't have to read every single one of them to understand them. They're just like part of the same world series. Like with Man of Darkness, it's part of the Hellish series. It's a Hellish novella, but you don't have to read any of the other Hellish books that come after that one or that happen to fall before that one in the timeline to understand it. That's how Letters from a Madman and Beatings from a Butcher are. So them being the same length or anything like that isn't a concern to me. Letters from a Madman on the cover will just say a whatever police department novella. I still have to figure out what damn city they're in. I haven't found my paper for it. That's fun. And then this one will say the same thing except for novella or novel or wherever it falls. But regardless, I broke 10K and that's great. Photographs and memories. I wrote down a couple things there. So I wrote down character names, the descriptions for the 2 main characters, and then 4 names for their friends, and then I put a sticky note in here to remember which main character was which, and which of the friends are theirs. So these are the friends, these are the 2 main characters, and then so that way I remembered who was who, and which of their friends belonged to them specifically. There will be more characters added as time goes on, more descriptions added. I just don't know what their friends look like at this moment. I only have their names, which is fine. Sometimes I don't have descriptions until like the book is written, but I try to write stuff down as I write the book, because if a description comes through, I want to have it in case I forget, or else you have a character that has brown hair in the beginning and blonde hair in the middle and black hair at the end. So you know, especially when you're writing like 10 books at once. Then I worked on the dealer. That was 664 words of progress, and I finished the scene that I was on, I think. No, it's the same scene. Well, no, I lied. I did finish the scene that I was working on, and I started a new chapter, but I didn't write anything in the new chapter. I just started it, so I remembered that the next time I got on it was a new chapter. But the scene that I finished was between Bo and Vito, still. Vito being a mobster, Bo being my main character. And then Initiate the Boys, I wrote 518 words. I finished the Aramis and Bo scene that I was on, and now I am writing one between Bo and Russ, which is one of the officers at Bo's department in Los Angeles. I wish I knew which department that was. I haven't like really looked into it to divvy it up. I know that Jamal works in the West Department, and Bo was at the West Department for book 3 of the series, but I have no idea which department his main one is, so at the moment it's just called his department, but at some point before this series goes out, I'll figure it out, so that way, like before the series is self-published, I'll figure it out so that way I can actually write it in the book. But there's a ton of departments in Los Angeles, and I don't know which one he's in. Technically, Jamal is in charge of all of them. I mean, not technically he is, but he hangs out in the West Department primarily, so Bo only interacts with him when he's at the West Department. But things went well yesterday when I was working on Camp Nano stuff. I mean, the dealer took a while to work on, both because I was doing other stuff before and in between, and just because I was in pain, cold, sore, general stuff. My knuckles feel a little bit better right now. I've had the heater on and off out here. I've had the heating pad wrapped around my hands every now and then, now being day 11. But it's still tough. It's cold outside, it's windy outside, it's raining outside. It's supposed to do that for a while. It is currently 36 degrees outside, but it feels like 27. That would be Fahrenheit. And it's supposed to rain today, I think. No, I lied. I'm sorry. It's just supposed to be cloudy all day. Today, tomorrow, and Sunday. But outside of that, it's supposed to be in the very low 50s to the very low 40s from today up until Wednesday. Up through Wednesday. But I'm assuming that whole time is going to be incredibly miserable for me. I'm doing my best, but honestly this month so far has been kicking my ass in terms of pain and exhaustion and coldness and stiffness and whatever. I mean, last month or last year, I don't even think it got, like, cold until, like, November. I think it was warm forever. I remember having hot days in November, I think. And if it wasn't last year, it was the year before. But then last year we got hit with that polar vortex, and we had, like negative 40 degree wind chill, and there was consistently snow and blizzards, and when it wasn't freezing cold there was hail, and then it would freeze on the ground, and then there would be ice under the snow, and all of that. And last winter was hell on me, so I'm hoping that because it's October, that we don't start this early. I was hoping, anyway, that we wouldn't start this early with the cold and the wind chill and all of that. But it kind of looks like we are starting that early, so I was hoping I would have until, like late November to prepare for the cold, but that's not really how it works. And then, of course, I'm consistently cold because currently I'm wearing short sleeves. Because the last time I had a long sleeve shirt on, it gave my elbow a rash, because I have a lot of skin issues, eczema and all of that, and just very dry skin in general, but it was only the one elbow that reacted to it, so it's not like I'm allergic to something. It's just that elbow didn't prefer that shirt after being worn for a couple hours, so I had to change into a short sleeve, and I haven't braved going back in the long sleeve yet. So I'm consistently way too cold, so I have to turn on the heater, and then I get too hot, and then I have to turn it off, and then I get cold again. So it's fun. Not really, but I'm doing my best to manage with heaters and heating pads. A lot of, like, this stuff. I use this one sometimes. I use this one sometimes. I have 3 other pain rubs over there, because the ones that make my hands cold, like icy hot, I love that stuff. I love the smell of it. I love the feel of it. It feels great sometimes, but when it's cold outside and you put it on all of your joints, you freeze, so I can't use it most of the time. And this one aren't hot and cold reacted, and I actually have one more over there that's not hot and cold reacted, which is great, but they both only help sometimes, which sucks. But I'm doing my best to manage and doing my best to make progress, but progress is slow. But I'm still working, to say the least. I still think that it's guaranteed that I'll finish the dealer this month. I still think that one is the only one that's, like, absolutely set in stone. And the others are kind of up in the air and up for debate, but I think that the dealer is close enough to the end at this point that it will definitely be finished. But I kind of just have to see how things go. With Initiate the Boys, I need around 30,000 words for it to be the same length, or around the same length as the other 3. And currently it's at 19,740, so I need a little over 10,000 words before I can start wrapping the book up. And with The Beating of Ekbal, that one needs to be around 25,000 words, and it's currently at 9,500, so I need a little over 15,000, closer to 15.5 thousand, I think, if I've done that math right. And then the dealer, I don't have a set length for the Bo Austin series and the Bo Austin Taylor series. The books differ depending on the killer and what happens at the end of them. But my main goal with the Bo Austin series is just for them to be over 40,000 words and generally under 60,000. And I don't totally hate that range. But that one's currently at 42,000. And I still think that it's close enough to the end that I'll be able to finish that one no matter what. But we'll see. And I'll continue to keep you guys updated day to day, and we'll see how things go, but hooray. Day 11 goals involve hitting every single one of my books, both out of Preptober stuff and inside of Preptober stuff. And then I would also like to do more stuff in here. I don't know what stuff, but I do want to see if there's any chance that I can maybe get down a mild description of the book or something. Recently I haven't been writing descriptions for my books. I used to do that before I started writing them, but I just haven't been, which kind of sucks, but that's okay. But yeah, the main goal is to get through all of my books today. And especially hit the nano stuff very hard, which has been going relatively well this morning, so that's something. But I would love to do that, and I would love to cycle around to notebook stuff, but we will see how the writing goes, we will see how the books go, and we'll go from there. As per usual, if you're doing Preptober stuff, I hope that things are going well for you. And I hope they continue to go well for the rest of the month, so we're closing in on the end, but we'll all hold out hope that we accomplish what we need to in time for Nano. But that's all I've got for day 10. If you guys enjoy this video, a like is always appreciated, and if you'd like to stay updated on my writing, my editing, the gaming videos I upload roughly every Friday, Nano, anything that I do on the channel in between, feel free to subscribe. All the links to my authors pages, as well as the links to my social media, are in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.